Hello, good morning, students. Myself, Dr. K.M. Khalkar, Department of Botany, KTHM College, Nasik. Friend, in the last week, we have completed the seventh one chapter of our paper, Horticulture and Floriculture. The title of the chapter, that is the Floriculture, in which we have covered the different flowering crops, cultivations of flowering crops. They are like as the aster, gladiolus, orchids, tagetes, etc. Today we started the last one chapter of our syllabus. The title of the chapter, eighth one chapter, that is the flower industry. Yes, no doubt, a floriculture is the important branch of horticulture in which by using the flower there are various industries are there, flower industries are there. The flower industry, we are considering two type of the industry, two type of the flower, like as the dry flower as well as the cut flowers are there. The first one chapter, that is the cut flower, in which we considered here introduction, Indian market of dry flowers, selection of material, technique of drying, like as the air drying, sun drying, press drying, use the different type of the desiccants, whereas the microwave drying methods and the preservation methods of the flower, like as the bleaching is there, dyeing is there, painting is there, storage is there, and the care of the dried flowers. All these are the points we try to complete in this chapter, that is the flower industry, and the first point, that is the dry flowers. Friend, the flower industry began in the late 1800s in England, where the flowers were grown on a large scale on the West Estates. The present day floral industry is dynamic, global, fast growing industry which has achieved a significant growth rate during the past few decades. There are the florist, a person or business entity associated with the sale of flower, plant, and other related product known as the florist. And the flower industry includes growers, wholesaler, retailers, transportation, product development, manufacturing, then the fill designer, educator, allied associations, publications, buyer services, etc. All these, they are come under the industry, that is the flower industry. Then the flower industry essentially consists of three major components, that are growing, packaging, and transportation. Today, flower industry aim to export not only flower but also equipments and technology to produce flowers, marketing programs, cultural tradition, and attitudes about the flowers. All these, we will say, the steps are also coming under the flower industries. They are include the floral design, use of floral product, appreciation of flower, development of flower promotion strategies, and the formulation of innovative solution capable of supporting the global sustainability. The India ranked 23rd among the world exporters of floriculture products, and its share in the world export is about 0.38%. So India is also one of the country who export the flowers. Then the Indian market of dry flowers. In country, India stand first in dry flower export. Yes, we are preparing the flower in dry, and so the dry flowers are remain more days and export owing the availability of variety of plant. Dry flower means not means only flower part, but also includes the dried shoots, seeds, bark, etc. Means the part of the plant which producing the flower. The seeds sometimes looks beautiful, bark sometimes looks beautiful, the shoots sometimes looks beautiful. Such type of the part of the plants are also coming under the dry flowers. And the export of dried flowers and plants from India is about rupees 100 crore per year. Yes, and the industry export 500 varieties of flower to 20 countries, and the dry flower have good demand both in Indian and the international market. From India, it is being exported to countries like USA, Japan, and Europe is there. They are widely used to make the handmade paper, lampshades, candle holders, jute bags, photo frame, boxes, books, wall kits, topiary, cards, and the several gifts. So the use of the dye flowers in making all these products enhance the appearance and beauty of this product. So means the flowers are also useful for the different purposes to enhance the beauty of the product is there in Indian market. Then, for dry flower, a selection of material is also one of the important steps there. The plant material should be collected at the most suitable time of the year for dyeing and preserving the specific plant part. In general, all plant materials should be collected when they are in peak condition, they are in a good conditions, they are in a proper season, they are healthy, wealthy, disease free. At that times, they are collected, can be harvested at the different stages of development for the variation in color, form, texture. Yes, means when they are obtained a good color, then they are harvested. Good form, good texture in a specific season. The flower, for example, can be cut at the bud stage and at any later stage until just before full flower. Do not use flower that have begun to fade. Almost all plant material can be dried, everything from flowers, foliage, branches, seed, pod, grain, cone, nuts, berries, and the other fruits are also used as a plant material for preparations of the dry flowers are there. Material should be harvested when they are still in good condition. Preferred a pick pods before they are open. Means when they are open, automatically the seeds are which will be free there. No, their beauty which will be lost there. So that the pick pod before they are open, and usually a little grooming in all necessary for naturally dry the material. So all these are the selections of the material. Then the tips at the time of collecting the plant material. Avoid collecting plants when they are wet and moist or dew. Yes, when they are wet, when they are moist, automatically there is the formations of the or they may be caused by the fungi as well as the other microbes. Use a sharp knife or the pruning shears to cut flower and the plant material is there. Select plant material that are without insect or disease problem. Yes, that plant material should be healthy, wealthy, and disease free is necessary there. Place stem in water while the harvesting to prevent wilting is there, and some flowers may hold color better if allowed to stand in water for few hours are there. So start the drying process as soon as possible after cutting the flower is there. Collect more plant material than needed to allow for some loss. Yes, maybe some loss is there. So collect some of the more material. With the help of that, we will obtain our need is there. The technique of the drying flowers, there are drying and dyeing are the two, we will say, the important steps are there. The drying may be by a sun drying is there. Sun drying is easy and cheap method. They are naturally occurring the sunlight, and with the help of sunlight, we are dry it by or the various flower in various period. The flower bunches are hanged upside down in ropes or in bamboo splits are there. No chemical are used, but there is the requirement of good aeration is there, and the chances of fungi attack is very high in this method, and so there is need to use some the fungicides is there. The second method is the air drying. This is the simplest and the least expensive method used to dry leaves and the flowers are there. It takes little time and skill and nearly always produce a satisfactory result is there. Air dyeing means with the help of air, place them in the air. All flowers are the stems that are semi-dry and that do not wilt readily can be used for this process. Large flower heads should be hanged individually. Do not place the material in a warm oven or front of electric heater to speed up the process, because this can be dangerous, but some air circulation is necessary to prevent the growth of mild to allow a proper drying is there. The precious the flowers or foliage, the more time it will be take to dry in case of the air dry. But air dry is also the one of the best method for drying the flower. The next one method, artificial method, we will say, that is the microwave or the oven drying method is there. With the help of microwave, we are drying the flower, and this method preserve the flowers and other plant material. The microwave drying, which takes only a few minutes in the oven. Yes, with the help of the electricity, we will hot or a temperature which will be increases there, and we will dry the flower. To retain the flower natural form, put them a supportive substance before placing them into the microwave, and that supporting material, it may be like as the silica gel, borax mixture, and the expanded clay, cat litter, all work well through the silica gel is preferred the substances to drying the flower under the or in the microwave is there. Use only the glass microwave set prepper or the other micro approved container for the flower drying is in the microwave is there. Cooking time vary depending on characteristic of leaf and the flower is there. Yes, how many moisture is present there, on the basis of that the time is required there. At the same time, after cooking, allow the water to cool and leave the flowers in the drying agent for several hours. Some specimen need an overnight standing period also. So that depend upon plant to plant, flower to flower, how much that is the nature of the flower is there. And when using the microwave oven, experiment with length of cooking time, length of time that the dried flower should be remain in the desiccants before you remove them. Then the press drying method is there. Yes, that is the press the flower or the place the plant material with the help of, maybe with the help of the newspaper is there or pages of catalog is there, and weighing them top with a heavy flat objects. Yes, press them with the help of plant press is also there, or by place the plant material in the newspaper and press with the help of heavy weight properly. That is the method, and the foliage should be dry within 1 week, whereas the flower it required 2 weeks. That also again depend upon flower to flower. Flat or single flower work is best. Double or the thick ones may mold before they dry, and the spray of the small flowers may be readily pressed and dried, and the fern dry well in this manner. Yes, generally the fern pteridophytes members they are drying in such a way, especially with the help of that we will maintain a beauty of that leaves as well as the flower is there. The different type of the desiccants which are used for the purpose of the flower dyeing, they may be like as the sand is there, borax mixture is there, as well as the silica gel is there, and the other desiccants they are like as the expanded clay or the kitty litter or the perlite or the dry sawdust or the cornstarch. All these are the desiccants. They are used to dry the flower. Means we are using maybe microwave or maybe press method or maybe of air drying method, or it may be of, we will say, the sunlight sun dried method is there. And that time there is required some desiccants, and that desiccants it may be of sand, it may be of silica gel, or it may be of the other desiccants are there. With the help of that we will properly dry the flowers are there. Then the preservation methods of the flowers. The preservation method, the first one, that is the bleaching. Bleaching allows The use of suitable pastel dyes are there. Bleached ornamental plant material provide a striking contrast when arranged with dried or dyed flowers are there. And best results are obtained when the material is bleached fresh, although some such grasses can be bleached after time. Yes, maybe in some cases we will bleach in fresh time, or in some cases we will dry it first and then bleach it. That we will depend upon the type of the plant is there. And appreciation of the principle involved in bleaching is necessary to produce high quality material and avoid the hazard associated with the use of potentially dangerous chemical for the bleaching purposes is there. The simply bleaching theory that the oxidative bleaching or the reductive bleaching is there, and that oxidative bleaching different chemicals are used, the reductive bleaching different chemicals are used there. The oxidative bleach is acts by breaking down the color compound into the smaller colorless compound, and they are more efficient bleach is there. Generally the we will say the hydrochloride or the peroxide can be decomposed the silver fiber under the extreme condition, and the bleach require careful use to avoid the brittle and the weak final product is there, whereas the reductive bleaching do not degrade the color compound but chemically modify them into the colorless compound are there. These are the two type of the bleaching which will be used for the purpose of to dyeing the flowers, whereas the dyeing and the painting is also one of the important part of this technique. The florist often dye flower to make the color more vibrant, to match a particular color scheme, or make the flower shine in the light. There, for the purpose of that, dyeing is necessary. And whatever your reason or desired effect, there are few options for how to dye a perfect flower. That is also an art. That is also the science. With the help of that, we will dye the flower properly so that that will increase beauty of its effects is there, like as the roses, mums, orchid, daisies are among the most popular flower for dyeing. With the help of that, we will increase beauty of the flowers are there. Dyeing, they are by absorption dyes are there. Once one of the easiest method, there are the various method. The first one is the absorption dyes, and one of the easiest method for dyeing flowers is to use the absorption method. And the florist fill large plastic vases with water along the food coloring is there. With the help of that, the freshly cut stems rest in the colored water, and after a few hours of drinking, the flowers display the different colors are there. Yes, absorption method means now the water absorbed by the stem, they are reaches toward the flower, and that changes the color, that changes the beauty of the flower is there. And then the dyeing which will be takes place there. For example, a deeper purple can be achieved by leaving the flower in dyed water overnight is there, whereas the spray dyeing is there. Spray the color directly on the flower, the metallic floral spray on the flower petal, unlike regular spray paints floral spray gentle and will not harm delicate blooms are there. So all these are the methods. The spray method is also there. Spray directly on the flowers, it gives, or the dip dyes, dip the flowers into the color that will be obtained. And this is the good way to saturate the flowers with different hue, and fresh cut flowers get a bath in a mixture of water, food coloring, and the alum is there. And the tie dyes means every year floral companies think of new ways to wow us with flowers. Some florists offer tie dyes, carnations, and roses are there. So these are the various methods. With the help of that, we will dye a flower is there. And after dyeing, one of the methods storing the dried flower. To storing the dried flower, wrap them in some newspaper to prevent them from drying in moisture from the air, and place the wrapped flowers in a box so that they do not get accidentally crushed. Keep them out of a damp basement or overly dry spot like the attics are there. Don't forget the layer of your dried flower carefully inside the container. Once they are completely dried, then stored it. If they are moisture content, that will be degraded by the different microorganisms are there. The care of the dried flower: display dried flower indoor where they are protected from the element. Keep them direct sunlight. Avoid keeping the dried flowers in room with high humidity. Invest a flower drying rack. You are safe. Spray the compressed air on the dried flower. Clean dried arrangement using the air dried. Set on the low speed and use the no heat setting. Avoid the damage of the flower. That is the care of the dried flowers are there. The dried dust, dried flowers is also one of the problem that the fashion feather duster, and this is method work best. We will say the steadier arrangement is there. Store seasonable dried flowers in a proper container. Find storage of the dried flower in room other than the basement of the attic is there. Use the cedar chips specially prepared the non-toxic repellent formula for this. Seal the dried flower storage boxes well. Do not store dried flower in plastic bags are there. So all these are the ways with the help of that we can store the dried flower properly. So this one all about the dried flowers, or simply we will say the dry flowers, means we know about only the fresh flowers, but there are we obtained a good, we will say, decoration in the dried flower. Look here, all these are the dried flowers. They are prepared very nicely in the different colors are there, in the different textures are there. That looks beautiful like as the fresh flower, means the flower, not only the fresh flower, but also the dried flowers also play an important role in increase the beauty and used for a various purpose is there. So friend, here the first one point, that is the dry flower play an important role in our day-to-day life. Thank you.